This is News 3 Now at 6.
Thanks for joining News 3 Now at 6. I'm Amanda Quintana. We'll get to our top stories in just a moment, but we start with a look at your firstborn weather with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canulty. That heat and humidity could lead to some strong thunderstorms overnight, right, Gary?
You're right, Amanda. We had some thunderstorms this morning. It really weren't expected. They prevented us from getting quite as warm as we thought we'd be, but it's also added the humidity. You can see where those thunderstorms track, mainly from Madison southward. The amounts of rain in Madison were pretty light, but there were some amounts closer to a half-inch down toward the Illinois state line. Now you can see high-resolution Doppler radar shows the rest of those storms heading out into Lake Michigan. The next batch is developing upstream in parts of northwestern Wisconsin and eastern Minnesota, where a severe thunderstorm watch has been issued. We're going to see storms develop there, and this time swing southeastward, reaching us overnight. Storm Prediction Center has the highest severe weather threat up toward the Twin Cities, but a slight risk of severe thunderstorms with high winds and heavy rain being the main threats across the rest of the state. Temperatures right now have made it back into the upper 80s in Madison. Areas out to the west are still a little bit warmer. Notice La Crosse at 90 because they had the sunshine return earlier. And look at these dew point temperatures. You never see them in the mid to upper 70s, but that's exactly what we have thanks to the rain that fell this morning. So even though the temperatures are in the upper 80s, it feels like 100 degrees in Madison and 101 in La Crosse. Heat advisories are made in effect until 8 p.m. for all of southern Wisconsin. So look for dry conditions this evening, although it'll be very muggy, and then thunderstorms overnight. Some of those could be strong to severe. Those will sweep through pretty quickly, and then tomorrow we'll see a drop in the humidity as high temperatures reach the middle 80s as skies turn sunny. Later on, I'll take a look at a forecast that includes more heat and humidity by next weekend.
Thank you, Gary. Wisconsin health officials are confirming more than 800 new cases of COVID-19 today, just one day after the state surpassed 40,000 confirmed infections. With 805 additional cases, the Badger State has now passed the 41,000 case mark, while 9 more people have died due to complications of the virus. 7.9% of tests have come back positive over the past 24 hours. That's more than 1% higher than yesterday. Wisconsin has also now tested more than 750,000 people since the start of the pandemic. Public Health Madison and Dane County is now requiring all businesses post signs informing customers of the county's face mask order. Those signs must be posted at every entrance, clarifying that the mandate applies to customers, visitors, and employees. The requirement is effective immediately. A Middleton business is facing criticism yet again. Hellbox first came under fire earlier this week after a photo spread on social media that showed a sign on the coffee shop's door calling it a mask-free zone. But when our crew went to that shop, there was no sign, and the owner denied ever putting the sign up. Tahil Mohideen went to the coffee shop earlier this morning to hear from both sides of the argument.
Well, Amanda, when I visited the shop, there was no sign indicating a mask policy either for or against. But the man who shared the image online on Monday said his 6-year-old daughter was shamed and even laughed at for wearing one inside. Today, a small group of people gathered outside of the coffee shop to voice their disdain of the business's choice to not require their employees or customers to wear masks.
It's disgraceful. I'm beyond upset.
Organizers say this protest is about keeping everyone safe.
If you're going to have a business of this magnitude, you really need to respect the fact that we are in crisis mode.
More than that, they want hellbacks to be held accountable.
They should be fined, and then after a certain amount of times, they should be shut down. They really should be shut down. I mean, in essence, if somebody gets sick and dies, they should be held accountable.
But with so many customers coming in and out of the shop maskless, it's clear not everyone agrees.
Mask or no mask, I should have that choice.
Hellbox supporters say as a private business, the shop should have the right to its own policy.
I have no problem in public buildings doing whatever they want. The government can do what they want to the public places, but they should not be able to infringe on private companies.
One customer took it a step further and started her own counter-protest.
Well, if they have the right to speak up, we have the right to speak up.
She even brought along her son, who she says, at 13, is old enough to make his own decisions.
I want to fight for my freedom.
They say those who disagree should simply find somewhere else to buy their coffee.
Don't come to these places if you're worried about your health. I'm going to be here every single day until the end.
But protesters aren't backing down either.
I'm just here to say if you support businesses like this, you're pretty much supporting ignorance.
Health officials say of the 140 non-compliance complaints they received on day 1 of the mask order, over 100 referred to Hellback's Coffee. And when I went inside today, almost no one was wearing a mask or social distancing. Now, I did attempt to interview one of the owners, Casey Hellback. He chose not to comment.
Thank you so much, Tehilil. The Madison Concourse Hotel is laying off more than 125 employees in September. Officials say the layoffs are due to financial struggles caused by the pandemic. The downtown hotel originally furloughed some staff in hopes business would ramp up again in August. In a letter to staff, the hotel said some employees may be called back if business rebounds, but that will be based on seniority. The number of confirmed coronavirus cases in the U.S. has climbed above 3.6 million, as close to 140,000 people have died. CBS News' Michael George reports from New York on efforts to slow a summer surge across much of the nation.
The coronavirus continues its relentless march across the U.S. Florida announced more than 10,000 new cases were confirmed Friday. The city of Miami's new mandatory face mask policy kicks in Monday, carrying fines of up to $500. Dr. Michael Sogg, who treats COVID-19 patients in Birmingham, Alabama, had the virus in March.
Walking down the road and I don't see people wearing masks and I see a total disregard for what's going on in the world around them, I feel compelled to shout from the rooftops what I'm seeing.
18 states are in a so-called red zone, according to an unpublished report prepared for the White House Coronavirus Task Force. Obtained by CBS News, the report says states seeing large spikes should take more stringent and consistent steps to slow the spread.
We've got to do it across the board in those areas. This is serious business. And we can turn it around. If I didn't think we could do it, I wouldn't be so emphatic.
In California, Burbank is one of many areas that have closed off traffic on a main thoroughfare to make way for outdoor seating after the state reimposed restrictions this week.
It's going to be kind of tough trying to adjust to this and sit around people, and even the wind, the way it's moving, you never know. If someone sneezes and while your mask is off.
According to all the guidelines, we shouldn't spend time inside, right? So it's a concern for the family.
Indoor dining, gyms, malls, movie theaters, and more will not be part of New York City's Phase 4 reopening set for Monday. Despite that, Governor Andrew Cuomo says it's inevitable his state will see a second wave of the coronavirus. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
Governor Cuomo says the second wave he predicts will come from lack of compliance and enforcement of prevention measures and from infected people returning from other states. More local news now. Organizers of a peace walk in Madison today are pushing for change. The Prince Hall Freemasonry Brothers and Sisters are bringing awareness to issues including racism, police brutality, and economic inequalities. The march began at the Fountain of Life Church and ended at the Urban League, where the crowd gathered for speeches.
We had a lot of violence with the marches that were going on in Milwaukee, and I guess some here in Madison as well. We just want to show that you can do this peacefully and get your word off at the same time.
Organizers also spoke about the importance of voter rights and safety during the pandemic. You can hear more from them tonight on News 3 Now at 10. One man is dead after his motorcycle slid into a parked car on Madison's north side. Police say the 31-year-old was riding his motorcycle to work this morning when he hit a car in the 1900 block of Thackeray Road. Officials say he was found unresponsive, lying on the ground by a bystander around 8 o'clock this morning. Still ahead on News 3 Now at 6, a look back at the life of civil rights icon John Lewis and how politicians across the country are remembering him. And tonight on News 3 Now at 10, COVID-19 shut down county fairs. Now vendors are looking for a new place to set up shop. We'll share where you can still get some of your favorite fair foods. That's tonight at 10.
From first-time homeowners to empty nesters, new windows provide a connection to the world around us, and that's where we come in here at Mad City Windows. We can install great windows in your home, the Eco Sky windows. With Sky Mirror technology, we're going to give your home an energy upgrade. Custom-made windows, whatever size you need, bay, bow, double-hung, slider, wood grains on the inside. If we don't have the color on the outside, we'll make it for you. And now would be a great time to call during our summer spectacular sale. Get a house full of windows. Listen to this for $29.95. Zero down, zero payments, and zero interest for 18 months. A bonus, buy 7 or more premium windows and get a patio door installed absolutely free. Ask about our virtual online estimate. Call now, get a $100 Walmart or Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. Call us here in the greater Madison area right now at 608-338-1616, 608-338-1616. Call Mad City Windows today about our Do More discount. Get a new bath, tub to shower conversion, or walk-in tub and take advantage of special savings. Don't worry about that old roof any longer. You can count on Mad City Roofing to do the job right the first time. And now's a great time to get those old windows out and install new windows from us here at Mad City Windows. The Eco Sky windows. We're going to give your home an energy upgrade. And you can take advantage of the Summer Spectacular Sale. Get a house full of windows for $29.95. $29.95. Zero down, zero payments, and zero interest for 18 months. Look at the bonus. You buy 7 or more premium windows and get a patio door installed for free. Ask about our virtual online estimate. Call now, get a $100 Walmart or Amazon gift card with your estimate. Call us here in the greater Madison area right now at 608-338-1616. 608-338-1616.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
President Trump has ordered flags at public buildings, military posts, and naval stations across the country to fly at half-staff today in honor of the life of John Lewis, who died yesterday of pancreatic cancer. The civil rights icon and Georgia congressman served 33 years in the U.S. House of Representatives and helped change history. Skylar Henry takes a look back at his life.
Congressman John Lewis dedicated his life to civil rights and nonviolent activism.
Your voice is your vote.
Lewis was a trusted friend of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. As one of the original freedom riders, he suffered severe beatings while challenging segregation laws. When the Civil Rights Act of 1964 met resistance in the South, Lewis and Hosea Williams led hundreds of black voters on a 54-mile march from Selma to Montgomery, Alabama.
When we were marching across that bridge, just simple saying people wanted to register to vote, wanted to participate in the democratic process.
The marchers got as far as the foot of the Edmund Pettus Bridge.
Turn around and disperse.
And they came toward us, beating us with nightsticks, using tear gas and trampling us with horses.
That day went down in history as Bloody Sunday. 2 weeks later, Lewis and hundreds more, including Dr. King, completed the march to Montgomery. Lewis was born near Troy, Alabama in 1940. He attended American Baptist Theological Seminary and later graduated from Fisk University in Nashville with degrees in religion and philosophy. He was elected chairman of the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee in 1963.
I wanted to make a contribution. I didn't like the signs that said white only, colored only.
At 23, Lewis was the youngest speaker at the March on Washington, where Dr. King delivered his I Have a Dream speech. His passion for people and racial reconciliation brought him to the halls of Congress.
I'm John Lewis, running for Congress.
Lewis won Georgia's 5th District congressional seat in 1986.
Yes, I'm proud to be a liberal Democrat. I stand with the people.
He received numerous awards throughout his life, including the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Congressman Lewis and President Barack Obama led thousands across the Edmund Pettus Bridge to commemorate the 50th anniversary of Bloody Sunday in 2015. But he clashed with President Obama's successor, boycotting President Donald Trump's inauguration. And on the 50th anniversary of Martin Luther King Jr.'s assassination, Lewis asked Americans to step up.
When you see something that is not right, something that is not fair, something that is not just, you have a moral obligation to say something, to do something.
A principle he lived by, earning his reputation as the conscience of the U.S. Congress. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.
Lewis was also an author. His latest work was a series of comic books called March, which told the story of his life and his fight for equal rights. Reaction to Lewis's death from the world of politics is pouring in today. Representative Mark Pocan took to Twitter today, writing, "John Lewis made equality and justice his life's goal, and he brought every one of us along for the fight. We won't stop fighting. We miss you already." Representative Brian Stile also remembering Lewis on Twitter today, calling him a, quote, extraordinary man, and saying he will be remembered for his moral strength and courage. "I was honored to serve with Representative Lewis in Congress. I'm praying for the Lewis family." John Lewis was 80 years old. We'll be right back.
This are better than daydreams.
Alexa, lock the front door.
Locking. Experience the joy of a bigger world in a highly connected Lexus vehicle. Visit your local Lexus dealer in person or online for exceptional offers at the Golden Opportunity Sales Event.
Lease the 2020 UX 250 Hybrid all-wheel drive for $309 a month for 36 months.
Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Home is dancing because no one's watching. Home is a reason to disturb the peace. Home is laughter. Home is where heads come to rest. A place to let go, and a place to find again. At Stanley Steamer, we love home, and we know that a clean home is a healthy home. We're ready when you are.
A good night's sleep starts with Steinhoffel's largest selection of name brand mattresses at the guaranteed lowest prices. Right now, get a Beauty Rest Queen mattress starting at only $399. Upgrade to a Beauty Rest Black mattress and get $200 in Steinhoffel's cash and special 60-month financing. As always, get free delivery on your new mattress. Steinhoffel's has all of the best brands so you can try before you buy. Steinhoffel's is your mattress shopping destination.
U.S. Cellular.
Yeah. New customer? What's the deal?
Unlimited data, just $30 a month.
Love that. But what's the deal with the signal? It works everywhere. I'm like sub-level Z of this parking garage, and it still works. It's crazy.
Sir, you're going into signal shock, very common with new customers. Just breathe with me, okay? Unlimited data. Strong signal.
Strong signal.
All for $30 a month.
U.S. Cellular.
Choose fair.
For my shirt, too sexy for my shirt, so sexy it hurts. And I'm too sexy for Milan, too sexy for Milan, New York.
Sometimes you run out of fresh at the wrong time. Luckily, Pick and Save delivery and free pickup make it easy to grab what you need, so you can get back to being you. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Sponsored by Clean Lakes Alliance's Lake Forecast Monitoring app. You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
A historic church has caught fire in western France. Crews responded early this morning to flames and smoke at the 15th century Cathedral of St. Peter and St. Paul in the city of Nantes. Officials say the fire has been contained and did not reach the roof, but its centuries-old organ was destroyed. The city's mayor says flames broke out in 3 places and an arson investigation has been launched. Let's turn it over to Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti with your first warn forecast. It was really gray and dark this morning, then we got some sun. Now some more chances for storms tonight.
Yeah, the thunderstorms we had this morning just added to the humidity, and that will fuel the next round of storms tonight. Now, if you're thinking of going out on the Madison lakes, let's take a look at the lake conditions right now. Water temperature on the buoy at Lake Mendota, 78 degrees. Mendota and Wingra, those 2 lakes have all their beaches open. Monona and Wabisa have a couple of lake closures. Esther and Old Brick beaches on Monona and McDaniel Beach on Lake Wabisa. Those are closed. So for more on lake conditions and beach closures, just go to lakeforecast.org. The forecast for tomorrow, thunderstorms will get out of here by late tonight. So tomorrow should be a dry day. In fact, we'll see a drop in the humidity. High temperature at 84, so it should be a nice day to be out on the lakes. Lots of sunshine. The humidity levels will drop, but it will be a little breezy in the afternoon. Temperatures right now, mid-80s to around 90 degrees. This is pretty typical for this time of year, a little hotter than normal, but take a look at these dew points right now. Mid to upper 70s. Dubuque right now, 80 degrees, 79 in Austin, Minnesota. You almost never see dew point temperatures that high. The air is just loaded with moisture. And the heat index, because of the combination of the two, so even though temperatures are in the upper 80s to around 90, we're seeing triple-digit heat index readings from Madison westward. Some places approaching 110 degrees, where there are excessive heat warnings in effect from the Twin Cities back into parts of northwestern Iowa. Heat advisory remains in effect for this evening for all of southern Wisconsin. Now, on the northern edges of that heat, that's where the storms are starting to erupt right now, just north of the Twin Cities. Severe thunderstorm watch in effect until 11 p.m. for parts of northwestern Wisconsin. These storms will eventually start heading more southeastward later on tonight. You can see on future radar over the next 12 hours how this line of storms starts to advance. Now, notice most of the storms stay north of us, at least according to future radar. This same computer model forecast actually had the storm staying north of us last night midnight and they develop farther to the south. So I think there's a better chance that those storms will continue to move down toward the south, especially if they get a pool of cold air behind them, because that just kind of acts like a front and pushes the storms along. Highest severe weather threat is where those storms are developing right now across northwestern Wisconsin and eastern Minnesota, but a slight risk of isolated severe thunderstorms across the rest of the state. Highest threat is wind potential. This area that's hatched here could see wind gusts of 80 to 90 miles per hour in some of the strongest storms, some very large hail out toward the Twin Cities, and can't even rule out an isolated tornado, although the better chances are to our north and to our west. So again, heat advisory in effect until 8 p.m. tonight for all of southern Wisconsin. Look for showers and thunderstorms after midnight. Some of those could be strong to severe with low temperature of 73. Tomorrow we're back to sunshine with a high of 84 and a drop in the humidity in the afternoon. Future track, notice how those storms start to develop to our north and west by midnight, sweep on through by about 3 a.m., and by 6 a.m. they're completely gone. We're back to sunshine as we head into tomorrow, highs in the mid-80s. Rainfall amounts spotty. Some areas a quarter to a half inch, other areas an inch or two and heavier thunderstorms. But take a look at the 7 to 10-day forecast. Those temperatures warm right back up for next weekend. At least we'll have a few days to see temperatures near normal, although the humidity really never goes away.
Yeah, and that humidity today really opening it up for those storms tonight.
Yeah, you don't see dew point temperatures that high very often.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's why I feel so hot out there.
It's very sticky.
All right, thank you so much, Gary. Still ahead, what's Craig Counsell's biggest concern less than a week from opening day? That story coming up next in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Summer fun means one thing. It's time to visibly say goodbye to crow's feet, fine lines, wrinkles, and under-eye bags, and say hello to smooth, beautiful, younger-looking skin in 10 minutes with Plexiderm.
Oh my God. I can't believe I have no lines in my face. I'm like 20 years younger.
Plexiderm smooths away wrinkles without foundation, without color makeup, and without expensive procedures. And it works in 10 minutes. Plus, the results last up to 10 hours. And best of all, you could try it for only $14.95 this summer.
This isn't the first time I've been on TV raving about this product. It's amazing. My friends, my family, they can't believe it. There's been creams, there's been lotions. Nothing works like this.
We were away on vacation. If you go down to the islands, they always want to take you in a booth and put some stuff on you. And my husband said, boy, that stuff really works. And I said, I washed this off hours ago. This is Plexiderm. This is what works.
When I tried Plexiderm the first time, my daughter said, oh, Dad, did you get a haircut? And I said, no, I tried this Plexiderm product out. Oh, you look so much younger. I said, oh, thank you.
The instant results are from naturally based silicates found in shell clay. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms, rapidly reducing under-eye bags and wrinkles from view in minutes. The science is incredible, but the results are even better.
No, this looks really good. All these lines are gone. Amazing. Oh, I shouldn't say that. I look amazing. It's like so full of myself.
I've had under-eye bags for a very long time, and it sucks. Finally, I tried something called Plexiderm. I put it on my face, and I'm not joking. It works.
So take action this summer and pack up your under-eye bags and wrinkles and put them on vacation with Plexiderm. Try our summertime special and get it for only $14.95. Plus, get free shipping. Visit plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Wisconsin weather can be frustrating. Get the latest forecast, alerts, and detailed traffic reports from the News 3 Now team. Download the Channel 3000 Firstborn app, sponsored by Group Health Cooperative, and be prepared for anything headed our way.
Many of the policies Congressman John Lewis pushed for and the marches he walked in are reminiscent of what's happening today. We'll hear from the Madison Black Chamber of Commerce about the latest local efforts underway to push for racial equality. See you Sunday morning at 6:30. Well, Edgar tornado
give Steve Stricker with a promising round yesterday, putting himself in position to move up the leaderboard, but he struggled right off the bat today. 5 bogeys for Stricker in today's round 3, putting him at a 77 for the day and 1 over par overall, tying him for 29th place. Meanwhile, Jon Rahm shooting up the standings today. He has a 4-stroke lead ahead of Ryan Palmer and Tony Finau. Well, last week at the American Century Championship, Aaron Rodgers said that he wasn't sure about the future of the NFL season. Well, we got some answers today at least. According to the league, players will report to training camp over the next 10 days. Rookies this coming Tuesday, quarterbacks and any injured players on Thursday, and everyone else the following week. This applies to all teams minus the Texans and the Chiefs. The Brewers with a recovery day today after 2 straight weeks of summer camp, but one guy that hasn't been in any of the scrimmage lineups yet, Ryan Braun. The series only started on Tuesday, so no need to panic, according to Craig Counsell. He says given the super short season, he's not that concerned about preseason reps with the opener less than a week away. Now, one thing that a lot of guys can't seem to shake, though, not seeing any friendly or not so friendly faces in the stands.
The fact that there's no fans in the stands is still, to me, the biggest thing that the players are going to have to deal with this year. It's the most different thing. It means so much to the players. I can't stress it enough. And so I think from a physical perspective, I think it's probably what Ryan's alluding to the most there is that over 60 games, just there's less that can go wrong, right? And
To worry about that at all. The Rogers Center, aka home of the Blue Jays, because the Canadian government has denied the team's request to play there because they don't think it's safe for the players to travel back and forth from there to the U.S. The mayor of Buffalo, New York, however, he has tweeted that he would love for the Blue Jays to play in his city, so stay tuned. Well, the death of Representative John Lewis transcending headlines into the world of sports. Several athletes, including Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, posting their thoughts about him on social media today. Here's what Kareem says. He says in part that Lewis's stature in the civil rights movement was so gigantic, and he will remember the example that Lewis set for people like him. And Amanda, he's just one of them. I mean, LeBron James, Chris Paul, you can truly just see what kind of impact that John Lewis had, not just, again, in politics, but in all facets of this country.
Yeah, just inspiring so many people. Thank you so much, Melissa. All right, let's take one more look at weather.
Things very quiet around here right now, although it's very steamy out there. Strong to severe thunderstorms developing north of the Twin Cities, where severe thunderstorm watch is in effect. Those may spread southeastward later on tonight, probably after midnight here in the Madison area with high winds and heavy rain, the main threats. Right now, temperatures upper 80s to around 90 degrees, but look at these dew point temperatures. Lower 80s in Platteville and Dubuque, Iowa, upper 70s here in Madison. Feels like 100 in Madison, 102 in Platteville, 100 in Boscobel, and as you look at the day planner for tomorrow, the humidity will be gone once the storms move on out. High temperatures tomorrow, mid-80s with plenty of sunshine, and then low 80s for early next week. A few thunderstorm chances, and then we're back to the heat and humidity by next weekend.
All right. Thank you so much, and thanks for joining us. Have a great night.